Hey everyone. It's been a long time since I did a video vlog, and sadly the reason is because I have been very, very sick, and I have officially now been diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Over the past 2 months, I've been having all these tests run on me. Blood tests, every type of blood test you can run on me, and um, urine tests, all kinds of stuff, nasty stuff like that. Gastro-emptying tests, I had 3 in the past 2.5 months, where I ate the radioactive eggs, and also a colonoscopy. I had the colonoscopy done about 2 weeks ago, and the reason the doctor ordered this, my gastroenterologist, because blood tests come back and showed that I had severe inflammation in my intestines. So he ordered a colonoscopy right away. And 2 weeks ago, today, I went up to Columbus to have the procedure done, and I was very, very sick. I was vomiting, nauseous. They had to give me medicine to calm my stomach down before they could even do the colonoscopy. I was in so much pain. They took my blood pressure, my pulse, and lying down, my pulse was 100, and my blood pressure was 151/89. I was in that much pain. And they put me to sleep to start the colonoscopy, and even during the colonoscopy when I was asleep, I could feel pain. And they even said I was in so much pain, just even asleep, I was actually whimpering the whole time. So after the colonoscopy, the nurse comes in, and I said, "So, is it bad?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, is it something they can't cure?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Great." So the doctor comes in, and he says, "I have bad news." He says, "During the colonoscopy, I could not even finish it because I got to your small intestine, and your small intestine literally is like this. It's so inflamed, I could not even get the scope into it. It's literally between 90 and 100% blocked and inflamed." He said, "I took biopsies, and but right now I'm diagnosing you with ulcerative colitis because we did find ulcers in your large intestine." He said, "But when the biopsies come back, more than likely you're going to be diagnosed with Crohn's." And so immediately he gave me a whole big box of new meds for Crohn's disease, starting me on this steroid that luckily won't make me gain weight, and it's specifically made for Crohn's disease. It's called Intacort. And I have to be on this medicine until the middle of November to try to get the inflammation down. And I'm also on a medicine that is to treat ulcerative colitis and Crohn's. It's called Lialda. And what's weird about this medicine is when you open it up out of the package, it smells like a skunk. But luckily, it doesn't taste like one. So that's the good thing about that. On top of it, I'm still on all of my stomach medicine because I do have stomach problems. The gastro-emptying scan that came back that I did, it shows that my food is, I have a delayed reaction of processing my food in my stomach, but for some reason he's still saying I'm normal. But I am still on, I think it's like 5 medications for my stomach alone, not including the Crohn's now. But last week on the 7th, I officially got my letter officially diagnosing me with Crohn's disease, and that was a hard day. And and I've been very sick since then. Yesterday I was actually laid up in bed. I've been living on Ensure protein shakes, probiotic shakes, and crackers for 2 weeks now. I've lost between last week when I weighed myself, I lost between 5 and 10 pounds, and already there's signs that I've lost more weight, which is a good thing. But we don't want me to have to lose it this way. That's the way the doctor said. He said, "I'm sorry you had to get this disease to lose weight. We didn't want that." On top of this, right before I went in to have the colonoscopy, I was rushed to the hospital with severe pain in my abdomen, which turned out to be a very bad UTI, which is a urinary tract infection, for those who do not know medical terminology. And so they put me on this antibiotic. And after my colonoscopy, the doctor says, "Hey, I'm going to have you do a stool sample too, because I think there's something going on with your stool along with it." So a few days later, I went and had my stool sample done last week. And the next morning, they're calling me saying, "You need to be put on antibiotic right away. You have C. diff." C. diff is an extremely contagious bacterial infection in your intestine, which is also in your stool. And it can be easily passed on from one person to another if any of the stool particles get on another person. Say you live in a house, a person has C. diff, you use the same bathroom as them, and you can get it very easily. Luckily, we have 2 bathrooms in this house. So Jeremy's been using the downstairs bathroom, and I've been using the upstairs bathroom. And it's completely quarantined, and I'm still on the antibiotic, and I am getting better, but I'm not completely better. So on top of the Crohn's, now I have C. diff, and it's really bad because the antibiotic is very strong in it, and it messes with my stomach, and but I have to have it to get better. A lot with everything going on with me, it's really taking a toll on Jeremy. He's really, really taking this hard because his mother died of a disease, his grandmother died of a disease, and now his wife has a disease that she won't die of, but she cannot be cured from. And so with that in mind, and also the fact that he's trying to go to college and get a degree and take care of me at the same time, at one point I thought he was going to have a nervous breakdown. And so if you're friends with us on Facebook, you've been seeing his posts, and he's really been trying to share what Crohn's disease is and how we treat it, and what kind of diet I have to be on now. I cannot eat any raw vegetables, any raw fruits. Even I can eat cooked vegetables, but even I'm limited to what kind of cooked vegetables I can even have. I cannot eat red meat anymore. I'm limited to turkey, chicken, and fish as my protein options, or probiotic, or protein shakes. I can't eat wheat, oats, multigrain, breads, cereals, anything like that. Nothing with high fiber. That's just part of it. And right now, to try to keep me healthy, I am taking literally 23 pills a day. Every 2 to 3 hours, I have an alarm that goes off to remind me it's time to take this handful of pills. Now, so my day starts at 7 a.m. to drink an Ensure and some crackers and take my first round of pills. At 9 a.m. it goes off again to have me take another pill that I can't take with my morning because it for some reason I can't take this other pill with that. And then noon I take another set of pills, and 4 or 5 o'clock I take another set of pills, and then 10 o'clock I take a bedtime pills. Now, these pills are my stomach pills, my Crohn's disease pills, and also vitamins because I can't eat. I can't get my nutrients and my vitamins and everything, so we have to do supplemental vitamin pills and probiotic pills to try to keep me somewhat healthy. And that's what my life revolves around now, is taking pills. And more than likely this will be the way my life will be for the rest of my life, is I'll have to And if I go out anywhere, I also have to carry a backpack with the pills I have to take while I'm out, food to take the pills, and water to drink. And also I have my whole list of what I'm on, emergency phone contacts, because when I go out, I have collapsed because of the Crohn's. I get very weak, and last month I collapsed once at a grocery store, and I got very weak and had to go to the car and sit another time at a store. And so we're just taking the precautions to make sure that if something would happen to me while I'm out and they have to rush me to the hospital, they have all my information there, and they don't have to guess, okay, what's she on, blah blah blah, what's her doctor's name, what, you know, everything. So we have all that. The doctors are hopeful that within 3 to 6 months the inflammation will go down and they will put this into remission, as they call it, and I can start living a more normal life again compared to what I have been over the past 2 years. And hopefully, I can start doing a little more ministry work. And speaking of ministry work, we had to replace some puppets. Our little Lamdrew Sister singing group, we had to recruit some new Lamdrew Sister puppets, because the little sock puppets that were created, they've been going good for over 20 years, and they were just being retired. So in their place, we now have our new friends, and this is just one of them. They have they have arms, and they have you can see how beautiful they are. And this is Lynn. We have Lynn, Linda, and Lori Lamdrew. And the reason we named them that was because I have an aunt named Linda, I have an aunt named Lori, and my Aunt Ramona's middle name is Lynn. So to pay homage to them, we have named all the Lamdrew sisters after them. So there you go. And the reason we bought these new puppets is because on October 30th we're supposed to do a puppet show in Latham, Ohio, at a little church. And I do believe that God will give me the grace to be well enough to go and do it. We are going to have a lot of more help. I have family coming to help set up the puppet stage, but basically what we're doing is just standing and speaking, and we're positive. I'm not even second guessing, saying what if I can't go. No, I know the Lord's going to allow me to be well enough to go, and I thank the Lord for this opportunity, because where I've been sick for 2 years, we have not been able to do puppets in that many years. 2 years it's been since we did any kind of puppet show live. Now, we've done puppet shows here. As you can see, the puppet stage is right back here, the blue and black thing. That's the puppet stage. But we've done puppet shows, the videos and stuff like that on YouTube, but no live. And the live shows are really what makes it. And we are going to record it. So, and my mom is going to luckily run the camera for us. So, because honestly, we don't know when I'm going to be well enough to do this again. And it's a really special show, because of the fact that I will only have been diagnosed just a little over a month when we go do this. So not only will we do the puppets, but I will also be able to share my testimony and dealing with this disease, and how I'm not allowing this to get me down, and I'm leaning on the strength of God's strength, to be able to still continue to do ministry in one way or another. So, but I guess that's all for today. It's almost 15 minutes long, this video, but there's a lot to tell. And I just ask that for your prayers, because that's really all we have is prayer, because the doctors can't do anything. When the doctors say we can't do anything, we need to go to the great physician, and that is the Lord, and He can do all things, and nothing is impossible for Him. So God bless you, and